Welcome to our channel Eskimos, a place where curiosity knows no bounds, where we unravel the mysteries of the cosmos, the mind-bending science that governs our universe, and even the seemingly mundane wonders of our daily lives. And today, we are taking a fascinating journey into the world of colors. Ever noticed how that pile of soap foam is always white, no matter what color the soap bar is? It's these little curiosities, these delightful oddities, that often hold the keys to unlocking a deeper understanding of our world. So let's dive into the reasons behind this delightful oddity and explore the captivating world of colors. Have you ever stood before an ancient sculpture? Its once vibrant colors now faded, leaving behind only whispers of their former glory. Those muted shades tell a story, a tale of time, of exposure to the elements, and the relentless dance between light and matter. Now, shift your gaze from the weathered stone to a seemingly mundane puddle of gasoline shimmering on the asphalt after a rain shower. Notice the swirl of colors, the unexpected rainbows dancing upon its surface. What could these two seemingly disparate phenomena possibly have in common? Both the faded hues of the ancient sculpture and the iridescent display of the gasoline puddle result from the fascinating interaction of light with matter. You see, color isn't something inherently possessed by objects. Instead, it arises from the way objects interact with light, absorbing certain wavelengths while reflecting others. Those ancient sculptures, once ablaze with pigments that captured and reflected specific wavelengths of light, have, over centuries, succumbed to the relentless forces of weathering and fading. The pigments, once vibrant and full of life, have broken down. Their ability to absorb and reflect light altered, leaving behind a pale shadow of their former selves. On the other hand, the gasoline puddle, a fleeting canvas for nature's artistry, showcases a different phenomenon: thin film interference. As light waves bounce off the top and bottom surfaces of the thin layer of gasoline, they interfere with each other. This interference amplifies certain wavelengths of light while canceling out others, resulting in the dazzling display of colors we perceive. It's a beautiful reminder that even in the seemingly mundane, there lies a hidden world of wonder, governed by the elegant laws of physics. The same principles that govern the fading of ancient pigments also orchestrate the mesmerizing dance of light on a thin film of gasoline. Colors are more than just visual sensations. They have this incredible power to influence our moods, our emotions, even our perceptions of the world around us. Think about it. A calming blue evokes a sense of tranquility, like the vast expanse of the ocean on a clear summer day. It's a color often associated with peace, stability, and even trust. Think of the uniforms of many peacekeeping organizations around the world. Now shift your focus to a vibrant red. Feel the energy surge, the quickening pulse. Red, the color of blood and fire, is associated with passion, excitement, and even danger. It's a color that demands attention, that can signal both warning and allure. These emotional and psychological responses to color are deeply rooted in our biology and culture. Our brains are wired to respond to different wavelengths of light in specific ways, triggering a cascade of physiological and psychological effects. For example, exposure to blue light has been shown to suppress the production of melatonin, a hormone that regulates sleep, while exposure to red light can increase alertness and reaction times. But it's not just our biology at play. Cultural associations also shape our perceptions of color. In some cultures, white is associated with purity and mourning, while in others, it represents joy and celebration. These cultural nuances further enrich the tapestry of meanings we ascribe to different colors. Let's venture now into the realm of neutrality, where all colors converge, the color white. Think of white noise, that steady static hiss that's often used to mask other sounds. It's a blend of all audible frequencies, creating a neutral backdrop that allows us to focus or even relax. White light, similarly, is a combination of all colors in the visible spectrum. When all colors are present, they blend together, creating the perception of white. But nature, as always, offers more nuanced examples. Consider the polar bear. Its pristine white fur, a striking contrast against the icy, snow-covered landscape. This apparent camouflage is a brilliant example of adaptation, but not in the way you might initially think. You see, beneath that white fur lies black skin, a curious design choice for an animal trying to blend in with the snow, wouldn't you say? The polar bear's white fur isn't just about camouflage, it's about harnessing the power of the sun in a frigid environment. The black skin absorbs a wider range of wavelengths of light, converting them into heat, while the hollow, transparent fur acts as an insulator, trapping that heat close to the body. The fur itself scatters light of all wavelengths equally, giving it its white appearance. So, while we perceive the polar bear as white, this whiteness is a result of a fascinating interplay of light scattering and absorption, an evolutionary marvel that highlights the intricate relationship between color, adaptation, and survival. Here's a mind-bending thought. Colors, as we experience them, don't actually exist outside our brains. It's true. Colors are not inherent properties of objects. Instead, they are perceptions created by our brains as we interpret the different wavelengths of light that enter our eyes. Imagine light, not as a wave, but as a stream of tiny packets of energy called photons. These photons, traveling at the cosmic speed limit, carry different amounts of energy depending on their wavelength. When these photons strike an object, some are absorbed by the object's atoms, while others are reflected. The reflected photons, carrying information about the wavelengths that weren't absorbed, then enter our eyes and interact with specialized cells called photoreceptors in the retina. These photoreceptors, sensitive to different ranges of wavelengths, send signals to our brains, which then interpret these signals as colors. So when you see a red apple, what you're really seeing is the apple's skin, reflecting photons primarily in the red wavelength range while absorbing most other wavelengths. Your brain receives this information from your eyes and constructs the experience of red. It's a remarkable example of how our brains, in their constant effort to make sense of the world, create our subjective experience of reality. Colors, those vibrant hues that enrich our lives, are ultimately a beautiful illusion, a testament to the power of perception. Finally, let's return to the question that sparked our colorful journey. Why is soap foam always white, regardless of the soap's color? The answer, like the best scientific explanations, is surprisingly simple, yet profoundly elegant. It all boils down to the way light interacts with the countless tiny bubbles that make up the foam. Imagine a single soap bubble. It's essentially a thin film of soapy water, enclosing a pocket of air. When light strikes the surface of this bubble, some of it is reflected, while some passes through and is reflected off the inner surface of the bubble. These multiple reflections and refractions, occurring at various angles within the thin film of soap solution, cause the different wavelengths of light to interfere with each other. This interference, however, isn't uniform across all wavelengths. Some wavelengths are amplified, while others are canceled out. Now, imagine this happening in millions of tiny bubbles, each with its own unique set of reflections and refractions. The result is a chaotic jumble of light waves with no single wavelength dominating the reflection. Our eyes, bombarded by this seemingly random mix of wavelengths, perceive the foam as white, the color we perceive when all wavelengths of visible light are present. So the next time you're washing your hands and see that familiar white lather, remember that you're witnessing the magic of light, scattering and interference. A beautiful demonstration of the principles that govern the way we perceive the world around us. As we wrap up this colorful exploration, remember that colors sparkle far beyond their visible charm, influencing our lives in profound yet subtle ways. From the clothes we wear to the art we create, colors are powerful communicators of emotions, ideas, and cultural identities. So, the next time you're looking at that soap foam, recall this journey and the science behind its white appearance. And as you do, take a moment to appreciate the vast spectrum of colors that paint our world, reminding us that even the most commonplace phenomena can hold extraordinary secrets, waiting to be unveiled by a curious mind.